Hi everyone, it's me again. I'm at home, and a lot of you guys have seen the video for the banana bread. I've got a lot of comments about the recipe. A lot of you guys are asking for something new, and today I wanted to show you something new. It's actually yogurt cake. It's something that I've done growing up in the kitchen, and all you need is actually a cup of yogurt. My fiance is filming again. Hi babe. And yogurt cake is actually pretty simple to do since you just need this yogurt cake. You actually don't need a scale, and it's one of the stories from my new cookbook coming out soon.
This is the book. Okay, how do you say in French again?
Gâteau au yaourt.
Gâteau au yaourt.
Almost. Gâteau au yaourt.
Okay, let's go.
Let's get started. The first ingredient, I know it. It's just 1 cup of yogurt. So it doesn't matter which size you use because this is gonna be your base for the proportion. So either it's small or big, it doesn't really matter. This one is about 7 ounce. It's about the good size for this kind of mold. I'm gonna pour this into my mixing bowl. And I'm gonna clean this up pretty well since this is going to be my measuring cup from now on. You want to tell me how much flour do you need?
Yeah, you need 2 yogurt cups of flour.
So 2 cups of flour. Again, I use the same cup. I'm going to fill it up to the top. And a little bit more. Not too much. Okay, 2 cups of yogurt of flour. Then what do we need?
Then 1 yogurt container of sugar.
Okay, 1 container of sugar. So I know some of you guys ask me if you could put less sugar in banana bread. You can actually. You don't want to put too much less either. It really depends on the proportion. The sugar keeps everything moist. What do we need next?
Half a container of olive oil or vegetable oil.
So for this recipe, you can use vegetable oil. I like to use olive oil because you have a beautiful flavor. So you're going to use half a container.
We just made it.
Just enough. Okay, what else do you need?
Okay, and then half a teaspoon of baking soda.
Half a teaspoon of baking soda. Right here. So for this I use the measuring cup, the teaspoon. Okay. And what else?
And then a teaspoon of salt.
Teaspoon of salt. Okay.
And then a vanilla bean.
And the eggs. And 3 eggs.
And the eggs.
So we're gonna start mixing this together. As you can see, it's a little dry in the beginning, so we're gonna add the eggs. Gonna break the eggs right in the center and mix this up. So for this recipe I use AP flour. I know some of you guys also ask me what is AP flour. AP flour stands for all-purpose flour. It's a generic flour that you can use for pretty much anything. You can also use bread flour will work. Texture will be a little bit different, but it will still work. So you can see this batter is mixed. Only takes like a few seconds. Everything is pretty smooth. There's no pieces. It's a no-brainer. Like it's fairly easy to mix. And to flavor this, I'm going to add vanilla bean. So I have some vanilla bean here. If you don't have vanilla bean, you can also use extract. I will put just a little bit of extract. So for the vanilla bean, we'll press it down, cut it in half. Then we're gonna take the back of the knife just right here and scrape all these little seeds. So that's the most precious part of the vanilla bean. Everything that's inside. I don't know if you can see it, but there's probably hundreds and hundreds of little pieces of seeds right here. We're gonna put this in our cake. I'm gonna scrape the other side. And of course, don't waste the vanilla pod right here. You can put this in milk when you do pastry cream. You can infuse it even in alcohol. That works very well in rum to do cocktails. There's a lot of different use you can repurpose this vanilla for. If you don't have vanilla, you're gonna ask me like, what else can I use? You can use zest of oranges. You can use spices. You can use chocolate chips. You can use pretty much anything you want to flavor this cake. It's a fairly easy base. Then you can mix up any flavoring you want with this. You can also use orange blossom. That's very nice as well. And we're gonna mix up this until the vanilla bean is actually well incorporated. And you will see there's some tiny pieces, black dots. This is a vanilla.
I trust you, but I don't see it on the camera.
All right, back to our mold. We're gonna use this cheesecake mold again. It's a non-stick mold. You can use silicone, you can use any shape, any form. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna butter and flour the base. So just melted butter with a brush. Then I'm gonna put a little bit of flour and toss it around. So this will give us a nice little skin so the cake doesn't stick to the pan. All right. And then we're going to pour our butter inside. So again, I use a 7-ounce yogurt cup for this, for the measurements. If you use something slightly bigger, will also work. What you want is actually fill this cake pan to about 1/3 to 2/3 maximum, no more than that, because this cake is going to expand a little bit. Just push it down a little bit. Scrape this. There you go.
That's it.
That's it. And we're gonna bake this at 360 degrees for about 25 to 35 minutes, depending on your oven, of course.
Okay, and that whole thing just took 6 minutes for you to put all together.
That's great. Let's put it in the oven.
Here he is.
Washing my dishes. Today is actually much lighter than the other day. I only have one mixing bowl since we use the yogurt cup and a small pan container.
Ready.
Well, it's been 30 minutes now at 360. Let's see how this is.
It's puffed up a lot.
It's puffed up a lot, yeah. It's still a little bit like wet in the center. I'm gonna put it back for another 10 minutes probably.
Okay.
All right, it's been 40 minutes now. You can see this like beautiful golden color. There's a little crack on top from the cake expanding. I'm gonna use the knife, the tip of a knife again, just to check to make sure it's cooked all the way through. It seems to be all done, all clean.
Okay.
I'm just going to remove the side right here. Gonna let it cool for 5-10 minutes and then we'll taste it.
Okay. Taste
Alright.
test is here.
Here we are, our Gâteau au Yaourt, or yogurt cake. So again, this is one of the cake that I used to make growing up as a kid. You can ask any French kid growing up in France if they know how to make a Gâteau au Yaourt. They will tell you, of course, they do.
It's like a Rice Krispie treat.
It is.
Ooh.
Look at this beautiful cake, still piping hot.
Should I eat it? Is it too
You should
hot?
eat it, yeah. Be careful, it's hot.
Mmm.
Just like home.
So what's the idea here?
Just want to make this cake a little bit more fun, and I want to drizzle a little bit of a Australian coastal honey on top, just a little bit.